That's a combination of these extreme events, which are exacerbated by climate change. So all the reports from the IPCC, International Panel on Climate Change, they tell us that climate change is going to make extreme events, be it droughts or floods, worse. So they may be these are natural phenomena that are exacerbated by climate change. So what's making them happen? What's making them even worse? It's climate change for sure.
So, I mean, climate change is real and impacting us in more dangerous ways than ever before. That's the case, right?
No doubt about that. Yeah, and like we are experiencing the very detrimental impacts of climate change way before anyone expected. These are really red flags for us to really think about how we view water, how we are managing water, not just for now, not just like band-aid efforts, but for the long term as well.
But let me ask you, how unprecedented are these extreme events?
I mean, we've been seeing extreme droughts and extreme floods in all places across the world. It's just the frequency of them have been increasing, and the extent, the fact that they're extreme seems to be more intense these days. So they're just going to keep being more extreme unless something is done as soon as possible. So things just seem to be escalating. So compared to the past 10, 20 years. So we seem to be experiencing even more extreme droughts more frequently, even more extreme floods more frequently. So it seems to be on a continuous incline. So what we're experiencing now is more extreme than what we were used to, and it's going to get worse in the future as well.
Now, you said it's going to get worse unless something is done as soon as possible. Tell me, what needs to be done?
Well, the fight against climate change, the green management of climate change, the fight against climate change, that needs to have real on the ground efforts. But when it comes to water scarcity, we can think about governance and the way we deal with water. There has to be more nature-based solutions and more nature-based ways of managing water, more integrated ways of managing water, instead of this very technocratic way of managing water and controlling and dominating nature. So we need to have a bit of humility in the way we deal with water and try to learn from nature and work with nature. So that needs to be part of an integral part of our governance system. We really have to start considering alternative water resources as well. This could be rainwater harvesting, wastewater treatment, untapped groundwater sources, and really include them in the mainstream water management sources. Also, the way we think about water and the way we value water has to really change. Right now, we're not paying for water, and so we're not valuing water as much as we should. It's a very precious resource, but for the most part, it's subsidized, so we don't really know the value of water. Of course, water is a human right, and and everybody needs to have access to water. But above a certain threshold that is necessary for basic necessities of day-to-day living, water needs to be priced accordingly, according to the cost that
Right.
it takes to get water, and also the price needs to be
Right.
reflected in the commodities and produces that we use. So that has to be part of our management as well.